I'm delighted to be joined by CEO and co-founder of Agri Data Analytics, Jack Pilkington. Thank you so much for joining us today, Jack.
Thanks, Sarah. It's great to be on with you as well.
Could you tell me a little bit about Agri Data Analytics? How did it all begin?
Yeah, so I suppose back in 2020, I set up a steel fabrication company called Clonard Engineering, based in Dangan here in Offaly. It was from working with ag research bodies in such as Teagasc and ICBF. We seen there was a lack of adequate methane monitoring equipment available on the market. And I suppose at a high cost industry as well. So we looked into ways of developing potentially a unit that would measure this enteric methane from ruminants and give researchers the real-time data that they require going forward to help reduce methane emissions.
And I suppose that leads me to the innovation that you're going to talk about today. So could you tell me the name of the innovation and the issue that it's tackling?
Yeah, so we developed the bovine breathalyzer, which is a non-invasive device for measuring enteric methane and CO2 from ruminant animals. So basically what it is a feeding tray, or is a feeding unit for ruminant animals. While the animal walks in, we'll pull the animal, and while she's feeding here, we'll pull the animal's breath through a collection pipe. We'll pull a sample of that out, and that'll go into our control unit, where we've got methane and CO2 sensors. We'll measure the concentration in there, and that is sent back to us. We analyze that, run it through our algorithm that we're developing at the moment, and send that back to the clients in easy to understand tables and graphs that they can then determine what methane and CO2 output an animal is producing on a daily basis. And they can also look into ways of reducing methane going forward by either added supplements to the animal's diet or through genetic optimization. And I suppose there's a lot of research going on in this area at the moment. And just to allude to that, this is a research tool. So it's for ag research bodies. It's the likes of ICBF and Teagasc that we have here in Ireland. And I suppose it's something we're working on worldwide at the moment with lots of research companies and research organizations as well.
Great. And this bovine breathalyzer, what makes it innovative?
I suppose it's the bovine breathalyzer that we have. We've looked at other technologies that's out there at the moment, Sarah, and looking at lots of different things out there. Is very invasive solutions for collecting this data, and also labor intensive. And I think what researchers want as well is large amounts of data from animals. That's something that's very restricted with existing technology that's out there. Some existing technology out there is very prone to breakdowns as well. And we're also seeing a need for a lot more of this rolled out right across the world at the moment, for everyone falling under that cap of reducing methane emissions going forward. So coming from a farming background, then a small suckler farm here in Offaly, we see how animals operate. We know the machine has to be robust, and I suppose that's something that we definitely see from our competitors that I suppose probably are coming from the more research side of things and to see how the machine needs to work, but they don't understand how durable it needs to be when working with livestock.
And what are some of the standout features of this product then?
So I suppose some of the standout features, basically just to revert back a little bit and how the machine works when the animal comes up, we've got an RFID reader, an proximity sensor. So we're able to identify the animal, number one, and see where the animal is actually breeding and whereabouts the animal is in the feeding area. From there, then we're also looking into developing other technology that will potentially measure the amount of burps that the animal will do on a daily basis, that will correlate with the data that we're receiving from our machine going forward. And we're also looking into different technologies to add on to it as well. But our primary product that we're focusing on at the minute is the bovine breathalyzer. And I suppose it's about having that durable solution there for industry at more of a cost-effective price as well.
And are there any actions that people watching this can take?
Yeah, so I suppose really this is a research tool at the moment. We've been doing a lot of work right across the world at the moment. We've been down in the Southern Hemisphere twice in the last year, and I suppose it's on that fact-finding mission to see exactly what researchers need or what people require down there. Looking at different models in different countries at the moment, there seems to be a lot of interest from farmers themselves in reducing emissions. And this is fallen under the methane tax that's been introduced to farms. So in the future, in the very near future, I think there is going to be a lot of work done in terms of encouraging farmers to actually measure their total emissions on farm and to help keep that below a certain threshold. So at the moment, our unit is designed mainly for research organizations, but it is something in the future that it will be more readily available for farms right across the country, hopefully.
That's brilliant, Jack. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you, Sarah.